Question 6. The diagrams show a rectangle divided into different parts. On each one, shade the area represented by the expression. The first one is done for you. Well, let's have a look at how they've managed to shade in this section for AC. Well, AC means the rectangle which is A times by C. A quick trick you can use is to actually highlight all the lines which are the same length as A. Well, this line is A, but this line would be the same length as it, and this line would be the same length as it as well. Now highlight all the lines which are C. Let's get a different colour. So this line is C, this line would also be C, and this line would also be C. And the quick trick is that once you've highlighted all the A lengths and all the C lengths, the rectangle that you're interested in is the only rectangle that's got all four sides shaded. And you can see that this rectangle here is the only one with all four sides shaded. So that's why it is shaded. And that's the one we're interested in. Now we're going to use a similar sort of technique on the second part of the question. So on the second question, we've got A to D, which would be A times D, and we've got to do B to D, which is B times D. So first of all, let's shade in all the lengths which are A's. So this length is A, this length is A, and this length is A. Now let's shade in all the lengths with the D's. So this length is D, this length is D, and if we move that over there, this length is also D. Now, again, the trick is to shade only the rectangle that's got all four sides highlighted, and that will be this rectangle here. So this rectangle is what's represented by A to D, so we just need to shade it. It does make sense because this rectangle is A for length and D for width. So it does make sense. Okay, let's get a different colour for B to D. So for B to D, let's highlight all the B lengths. This line has a length of B, this line has a length of B, and this line has a length of B. And now let's highlight all the D lengths. Here's D, here's D, and here's D. So the only rectangle this time that has all the lengths highlighted is this rectangle here. So this must represent B to D. So we'd also have to shade this in. Now, of course, I've used two different colours. You wouldn't have to use two different colours in the exam. I'm just trying to illustrate that the pink here represents A to D and the blue represents B to D. Moving on to the final question, we've got B and then in brackets C plus D. Well, let's shade in all or highlight all of the B's. Well, this line is B, this line is B, and this line is B. So that's all the B's done. Now we need to highlight all the C plus D's. Well, the C plus D's, C plus D is when you do C add D, like that. The two lines together, C plus D. So this line represents C plus D, this line represents C plus D, and this line represents C plus D. And we've got to shade in any rectangles that are completely made by our highlighted lines. As you can see, this rectangle is being fully made, so we can shade it in, but so is this one. So we can also shade this in too. And that's the answer to the final part of the question. It does make sense because this means C plus D is this distance, and the width of that rectangle is B. So we are indeed doing B times by C plus D. Remember, there is an invisible times sign in between the B and the bracket, so it does make sense.